And we are about to get rolling with today's trader news. Again, this is today's traders news, January 20th, the year of our Lord 2021. We're about to get going. You are joining Maddox. We are going live. Look, man, I do this for you, but I do it more for me, so I can go through the news that I've missed most of the day, the price targets, what's going on with Bitcoin. I had some personal issues that I needed to take care of, and then issues, just things I had to do, take care of my health. But anyway, let's get going on today's trader news, January 20th. Biden was inaugurated. We all know that. But what did the markets do? Well, the markets had the best inauguration day, from what I read, in 36 years. So Dow was up 257, NASDAQ was up 260, and S&P was up 52. Now, our big boys of the day, our big tickers of the day was Avalon Therapeutics. We've seen them on the channel. We had them as a penny stock. It bumped up to right around $2, and we let them go. That was last year. Steel Connect, Adamas Pharmaceuticals, hadn't seen them much, sized up. Calidris Biosciences, I've seen the ticker. Again, we had them as a penny stock, and they went to like a dollar figure or something like that. KRKR, it's 36KR Holdings. CGIX, it's up 74. By the way, Avalon Therapeutics was up 414% today. So they went from looks like about $2 to almost 8, or right at 8. STC and Steel Connect and Cancer Genetics was up 74%. So a lot of those are penny stocks. So what did we do today? Well, it was an important day for Mr. Biden. Mr. Biden was inaugurated. What it felt like it was, I don't know. I didn't watch much of it, but what I did see, I thought it went off well. Looked like a little bit martial law before the whole thing started when I turned on the news this morning. Really weird to see nobody there. So just saw the same damn swamp, if you would. So NASDAQ outperformed today, gained nearly 2%. We just saw that shares of Netflix spiked more than 16% after the company added more than expected users. They have surpassed 200 million paid subscribers. Getting down to, we talked about Janet Yellen yesterday. Still heard discussions of the 1.9 trillion stimulus package received some pushback from Republican lawmakers, many of whom balked at passing another major package that they suggest might not be targeted enough to provide support to only those who need it. I've been in this camp the whole time. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. We got to get it to the people. I talked about this yesterday. Why are we bailing out corporations? Bail out the individuals that work for the corporations. Simple as that. That's all I'll say about that. Actually, I'll say a little bit more. I think we can bet on here is we're going to see a lot of spending in everything, from the $1.9 trillion bill they're trying to pass on top of $3 trillion we already passed last year. Guys, that's almost $5 trillion with a T. I mean, it's crazy that we can print $1.9 trillion on a Thursday, and then we've already passed another $900 billion bill in December. So we're looking at $6 trillion, or right at it, just under $6 trillion. What is going on? That's like 30,000 to every American citizen. Do you think that might have helped them? I do. Good God. Here's the thing. So here's where I'm going with this. We're just looking at so much liquidity out there, and I think that what the market is telling you right now is you're starting to see some interest rates go up. You're starting to see commodity prices go up. The inflation is a real thing, and printing all this cash is certainly going to cause inflation as we look out later in the year and into 2022. I completely agree. You want to know how to make money in a Biden administration, or at least this year, maybe probably next year as well? Buy assets. That's it. They are going to go up. If you stay in cash, whether it's Bitcoin real estate, commodities, I don't care. Whatever your game is, you got to go buy. Because when the money printer go burr, I'm telling you, your cash is being devalued. Now, Yellen said yesterday she wants a strong dollar. This, she may have said that, but this is no indication of it. So that's just it just freaks me out. Just what they say one thing, but they're going to do another. Again, all you have to do is be an asset. All right. We talked about Netflix. It's a tech outperformance day, which is pretty rare over the past 2 or 3 months as cyclical rotation has kind of gotten underway. Baird said today was just a reminder that the tech run had gotten extended. The FANG names, some of the other S&P tech names, are still incredible operators and are going to be putting out incredible earnings quarters for the foreseeable future. I totally agree. They are incredible operators, but certainly Obama, Trump, and probably Biden is going to help them out. I did think this was interesting, and then we'll move on to Bitcoin really quick. The Dow gained about 57%. The S&P advanced about 68% from 4 years ago today under Donald Trump. Now, the funny thing about Reuters is they want to put that and compare it to Obama. That's fine. See 65% jump in the Dow, 75% gain in the S&P. So Obama bettered Trump, but Obama was way, way deep, right? It was very, very, to go from 0 to 100, a little bit easier, right? You would think. But to stay on top, that's what they say is to stay on top is a little bit tougher. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin today had a little bit of an issue. So we're at 35,000 right now. This is on, and I believe it went to 30. It went to under 34.5. It went. So that puts us in this territory of that we are in a, well, it crossed under the 20-day moving average, and that's what people are upset about. So that puts us in kind of a bearish territory. The next resistance is probably going to be 30K, right? Just it's probably more of a mental barrier than anything else. It has recovered back to 35,000. It's gotten back into the triangle, but with it busting the 20-day moving average, that does indicate bearish movement to a point, right? That said, Coinbase said that they're seeing more transaction volume than they've ever seen, 9.5 billion, I think. That was last quarter. And then I looked at the trends today. So if you do a web search on just Bitcoin, so the Google Trends is 100. So when you see 100, that is maxed, right? They have this really weird scoring system on Google, but that's the max you can get, right? And it hit max on Jan 3rd, and it's been trending up since December 20th. And so it's maxed out. And even if you go to the YouTube search, same exact thing. So just a little point here. YouTubers typically look at this to see what what kind of videos they should do, right? So, all right, so let's get to some news of the day. News. So we did that. Let's talk about Office Depot has rejected Staples' $2.1 billion takeover offer. I think we talked about that yesterday. The Indian e-commerce platform Geomart plans to integrate itself into WhatsApp in the next 6 months. Just so you know, the Indian e-commerce market is worth about 1.3 trillion. That's why that's huge, right? So by 2025, that's a huge market. P&G reported revenue of $19.75 billion. That's up 8% year over year, and $3.5 billion in profit for its recent quarter. So, so that revenue was for the recent quarter. That's the fourth quarter. So of course, you know what they make. They make consumables. They make the toilet paper, things that you have to have, right? And so grooming, healthcare units were all up. Another big piece that I saw was Amazon has surpassed 142 million Prime members. That is about crazy. So 142 million Prime members. Just, I want to say it was a year ago, they were just under 100 million. So they have increased significantly. Amazon sales have surged during the pandemic as the e-commerce giant has earned a record $96.1 billion in just the third quarter. That's 37% year over year. And analysts forecast Amazon earned $10 billion during its annual Prime Day in October. That's the third quarter. They hadn't even released fourth quarter yet. So let's go to the quick hits. Jack Ma did make his first public appearance. If you did not know that, a lot of memes out there. They're funny as hell too. Bloomberg reports that eBay is contemplating selling its South Korean e-commerce platform to eBay Korea. Now, didn't you think that it's a little odd? They own both. So FedEx will lay off about 6,000 employees in Europe as it begins to integrate its infrastructure with Dutch delivery company TNT Express. All right. So we talked about Bitcoin. So let's go to, the really quick hits of the day and all the news. So I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to start from what has just come out and we'll work our way backwards. So if you've seen a lot of stuff in the morning, then you can just drop off as we get towards basically the beginning of the trading day. Facebook rival MeWe adds 2.5 million privacy-seeking users in a week. MeWe. That's I think they may be part of Twitter. Don't quote me on that, but you might fact check me for sure. Boeing was awarded a $2.1 billion Air Force contract, modification contract. Bright Scholar did well. United Airlines ended 2020 with 19.7 billion in available liquidity. That's cash, UAL. I guess it could be debt if you're really looking at that way. You just never know until you dig in. United Airlines reported Q4 adjusted EPS of $7. The consensus was $6.6. It beat. That's UAL. Innova, $150 million spot secondary price range is going to be $8.50 to $9. Dilution, INO. Kansas City Southern and Northport to develop Wiley Logistics Park in Texas. That's a KCS. If you did not know, they are the only Class 1 or Class A railroad that can go into Mexico. It's pretty big. Aqua Bounty files $200 million mixed security shell. PayPal upgraded to a buy at BTIG. Gosh, where have they been, right? PayPal upgraded OnSec. Gold production. B2 Gold sees for the year 2021 total gold production to be 970,000 to 1 million ounces. Again, we always think it's a finite number of gold. It ain't. Gold was up today, by the way. Let's look at that real quick. Gold was up 31 to 1872, and crude did hit 53. It's back down to 52.96. So let's go back and see what we got else is going on. Hims and Her completes business combination with Oak Tree Acquisition. That's OAC is now HIMS. If you don't know Hims and Hers, look that up. It is, I think that's the Viagra, and it is for the men's hair as well. Plexus reports they beat estimates. Morgan Stanley price target raised to 81 at BMO Capital. Silvergate Capital launches 200 million Class A common stock offerings. SI. Dilution. But whatever. They need the money. You got to go get it, and go get it while it's hot. That's kind of a blockchain bank, or sorry, a crypto bank, if you would. Just so you know, Orchid Island Capital files to sell 7.6 million shares of common stock. That's ORC. Twitter initiated with a neutral TWTR. You know, what's funny is, is that Trump's getting off, and I've seen several comments on Twitter because we're on there. In fact, I post this. What's funny about Twitter is I have seen the comments. Twitter is boring now that Trump's gone. So it's also funny that once Trump got on, you had about 75 million people in the last 4 years jump on Twitter. Just so you know, you kind of reap what you sow there, Twitter. But you got to do what you got to do, and you got to do you. Snap initially with overweight at Piper Sandler. It's SNAP. Kinder Morgan beats consensus KMI for EPS. KMI, it's a pipeline company down in Houston, Texas. You've got numerous pipelines, in fact. Facebook assumed that the neutral at Piper Sandler. I don't agree with that at all. FB, you did not know. Illumina wins patent infringement suit against BGI in the UK. ILMN. Sure, their stock was up today. Silvergate Capital reports fourth quarter EPS beats consensus. SI. Amazon Twitch indefinitely suspends Donald Trump. Okay. AMZ in. Cracking down. I also see a lot of creators on Instagram that if you're not a celebrity, if you're just a creator and you get even if you have a blue check mark and you've got, 400, 500, a million followers or fans, they're cracking down on you. So one girl was talking about sex workers, and they're really hitting them hard. It's what I call the booty girls on Instagram, but they're just violating terms of service. But it just seems like that Instagram's not treating everybody equal, if you know what I mean. Janet Yellen says cryptocurrency is used for illegal financing. So I did want to talk about this from before. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. Clearly, she doesn't. I think what she's referring to, guys, is she's referring to, scams and Ponzi schemes. If you look at chain analysis, right, revealed that 54% of crypto scams were made up of illicit activity that were followed on dark net markets. Okay, there's another big part of it is the ransomware. Ransomware was up 300%, right? It's like 350 million, and they always ask for Bitcoin, right? So that's what people see, and that's what makes me a little bit nauseous. We just need to get some younger blood into Congress. I mean, it seems like it's the same old people. They just never go away. I got in a fight with a guy about term limits and this and that, and I'm for him. He's against them because, you know what, there are term limits. You got to vote them out. And I agree to that to a certain extent, but the richer the candidate, and if the party gets behind you, if it's a contested race, whatever, point is that, the swamp continues to be the swamp. Let's talk about the Tether deal, which is, we think, is driving down the Bitcoin price. The sell-off coincides with various reports and theories about the USD Tether, as well as the incoming U.S. Treasury Secretary's comments, right? That's what's driving down Bitcoin. And again, we think the next resistance is probably about 30K, which is more of a mental thing than anything else. All right, moving on. Alcoa options implied 10% move in share price post earnings. That's AA. Get it more in the same way. Milestone Scientific receives notice of allowance related to comp flow, MLSS. Watchdog challenges Walmart's Made in USA claim, WMT. Good Lord. Let's see, keep on moving here. Extraction Oil and Gas completes financial restructuring, emerges from Chapter 11. That's XOG. It's XOG. Zscaler call volume was above normal and directionally bullish today. Ryanair price target was raised to 17. By the way, Ryanair, you might want to look at that one. The hedge funds are liking Mr. Ryanair, even though it's a European stock, which I've told myself to save time. But guys, I went 46 minutes yesterday. Not doing that again, so I'm going to save myself some time. Here's Siemens price targets raised to 54 euros by Bernberg. Again, I don't want to talk about much about European stocks. It just takes up way too much time, guys, and I know that most of you guys. Stay Street to eliminate 1,200 positions this year. Wow. STT. It's not good news, man. It's not good. EasyJet price target lowered to at Citi. It's ESYJY. Interesting. We've got some movement here in the market on certain. Spirit Airlines call volume was above normal and bullish. It's SAVE. I love the ticker. Trying to get out of all of the European action. Netflix subscriber growth. We talked about that. If you're just joining, you'll have to look back on that one. Fulton Financial considering new 2021 repurchase program. That's big. FULT. Wonder if their stock jumped today. I did not look. Teladoc call volume above normal and directionally bullish. I know that Kathy Wood, big time bull there. She continues to buy, even with it being up. Housing market index. Yes, we want to talk about that. The housing market index. The volume was down. I want to say for the last. This was the worst month in the last 4 months, right? So understand that. So there may be some deals out there to be had. We'll see. We will see. Toshiba management to meet virtually with JPM. GameStop looks like GameStop was down today for the first time. Procter & Gamble, we talked about them. CleanSpark generates just over 56 Bitcoins as of January 19th. CLSK, we have a position. I'm not saying that we're very long in it, but we do have a position. And to be honest, it's done well in the last couple of weeks. It's just traded sideways, if you would. Generac, price target raised at 279 at JP Morgan. That's GNRC. Hannon Armstrong, price target raised at 75 at JP Morgan. Canadian Solar, price target raised at 54 at JP Morgan. That's CSIQ. Array Technologies, that's a big one. Raised at 54 at JP Morgan. ARRY. We've seen in the past a lot of hedge funds, not a lot, but some hedge funds size up on ARRY. It's funny. You start getting more and more into the game, you start recognizing the tickers more than you recognize the names. China Natural Resources announced a 7.3 million registered direct placement, CHNR. United Healthcare says 2021 will be one of the strongest years of growth, UNH. Healthcare, United Health, UNH. Take that to the bank. Sunrun extends solar services partnership with Freedom Forever. It was down today, RUN, or at least when I looked at it, about midday it was down. Ballard Power initiative with a buy at Citi, BLDP. Let's see if it finds them. Here's a good one. So Morgan Stanley has raised the price target of Netflix 700, and then NFLX They get price target raised yesterday. Adamas Pharmaceutical submits IND application to the FDA. It's good news. ADMP. If you want a good biotech website, BioPharm Catalyst. Look it up. It's good. We have a good subscription to it. We're seeing a lot of hedge funds find the alpha, and they always do. It's in biotech. Just so you know. So we got here. Morgan Stanley expects net new assets to remain above historical levels. Seagate price target raised as 56 at Wedbush, STX. Aclaris Therapeutics 5.48 million share on the secondary price at 1750 ACRS. Need a little liquidity there, I guess. Callaway Golf price target raised to 40 at Jefferies, ELY. I think we saw them 2 days ago. Credit Suisse has got Netflix price target at 586 in FLX. Should just say Netflix. Look it up. Whether you're on Robinhood or Thinkorswim or whatever. Goldman Sachs price target raised at 321 at DA Davidson. Simon Property price target. Now this is big real estate. Simon Property price target raised at 130 at Compass Point. SPG. Morgan Stanley CEO James Gorman says the firm is now at an inflection point. Let me tell you something. If your firm's not always at an inflection point, you're not doing something right. Good Lord, people. Let's keep it moving. Marriott Vacation reports primary Q4 results. There's no results. It looks like it was better than normal. That's all I can tell you. That's Marriott. Getting down here, pivot points. Curaleaf price target was raised to 20 at Roth Capital. Caterpillar was downgraded to a neutral at Citi. Do not agree with that, especially with the infrastructure plans that Biden has. But again, doesn't every president have infrastructure plans? Just whether they can get it through or not. I'm not sure if the last three have gotten it through or not. QQQ was at an all-time high. It's great to see. It was like 312. It was crazy. Green Thumb Industry price target raised to 40 at Roth Capital. That's GTBIF. Enzo Biochem Board forms corporate development planning and succession committees. Woo! What was that? Just a PR blitz. Genius Sports initiated with a buy at Craig Hallam. DMYD. Ocular Therapeutics is to present new OTX TIC data at Glaucoma 360 Forum, OCUL. It's all about the eyes, boys. Netflix price target at Jefferies is 650. At 650 at Barclays as well is the price target. Seneca Biopharm reports data from phase 2 study in China, SNCA. You might look at that. Gritstone, again, was announced license agreement for COVID-19 vaccine, GRTS. Look at those boys. We're long them, but there's some cracks in that armor. Look deep, because I think there's a little bit, there's a few shorts in there. They're very interesting when it comes to GRTS. Micron call buyer realizes 56 same-day gains. MU. I mean, you got to be long semiconductor. I mean, they're running out of chips. It is nuts. Crazy. Pfizer BioNTech COVID vaccine elicits antibodies neutralizing pseudovirus PFBNTX. The pseudovirus is the mutant, the mutation from COVID. 650 is price target for Netflix at Mones Crespi. Eagle Bulk shipping price target lowered to 27 at B. Riley. Veridian VRDN price target raised at 28 on assumption at Jefferies. Charles Schwab price target raised to 70 at Wells. That's SCHW if you didn't know. Veridian was VRDN. Excuse me for not giving you the tickers. That's pretty much it, guys. I see a few more, but those are probably here's Ford. Ford price target raised to 11 at Deutsche. American Axle price target raised to 9 at Deutsche. Anyway, that'll do it. It is January 20th. We are signing off here at today's Trader News. You have a great day. Have a great night. We'll see you here tomorrow. Probably got a big day.